Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, we
Yep.
can see your slide, but not in presentation mode. And now I think it's perfect.
Okay. So, hey everybody, my name is Myo, and today I'm going to be talking about Zurb Foundation with Ruby on Rails. And this is a lightning talk hosted by the Firehose project. And I put the logo here, a couple logos, very cool. So let's get started. This is this logo for Zurb Foundation, the little blue monster on the left. So what is Zurb Foundation? It is basically something like Twitter Bootstrap that everybody is familiar with. It's created by this company called Zurb, and they are a very good company, and they do all the design work for a lot of very famous companies like Netflix, eBay, Facebook, Intuit, Mozilla, and they created this framework for responsive front end so that people can design very custom made responsive websites without really having to hard code everything from scratch. So it has all the components of HTML and CSS, templates, code snippets like typography, forms, buttons, navigation, and it's a pretty cool framework. It's somewhat like to the Bootstrap that we're all familiar with, and when we say it's a different framework, people get scared, but it's very similar. And I've tried to put it in a Rails app, and it worked out very well. So, so what are the differences between Foundation and Bootstrap? It's one of the biggest difference is I will say is the Foundation boasts about is block grid. What is block grid? It's basically normally they this is as simple as this unordered list, and you make the list items, and then it is going to render HTML like this. So you don't really have to bother with like padding and margins and all of those. It's all built in. That's a very convenient feature for that. And there's a sizing units. Foundation is kind of fond of this thing called RAMs. I was reading up about it. There's a big debate going on, like like RAMs versus pixels. Some people love pixels, some people love RAMs, and there's AMs also. So it's they say RAM is a better, superior quality than pixels, but well, they support pixels too. And if you're familiar with pixel, then it works perfectly fine. And the responsive design, that's where Foundation kind of like has a big advantage over Bootstrap. Everything is responsive, even if you don't define it. That's what Foundation is all about. I kind of put the code in here. Anything not under a media query is going to be considered as mobile. So it is mobile first design. It is very popular right now, so it will be very good for like as phones and tablets are getting popular. And the browser compatibility is the same across Bootstrap and Foundation. And the last thing is community support. It's the Bootstrap. It has a huge community supports, and it's of course much bigger than Foundation. So what actually happens is a lot of sites, a lot of developers and designers alike start using Bootstrap. So when you look at a website, they kind of all look like the same. Bootstrap, they have their Bootstrap look. That's it's a good thing and a bad thing. And it's a good thing that if you run into some problem, there's a bunch of resources out there. And it's not really good in a sense that like they all look alike almost. Like, okay, when you look at something, okay, this is Bootstrap, I get it. But Foundation, you can customize a lot. Like more when it comes to customizing everything. And this is what I was showing earlier. Like it's as easy as this, like the block grid, an order list, and then like you just put it in there, and then it becomes all the grids. So that's one of the advantages of using Foundation. And another thing is form validation. Foundation comes with form validation, so you don't really have to like go around and do the validate the form, so that like people put in wrong stuff at the wrong places and weak passwords and stuff. So it's a good thing. You don't really have to bother with that. It comes with it. There's this thing called a byte, and it's one of the components. And what it does is like if you type in like password, like something very simple, and then like you submit it, it says like, okay, this is required. And the setup is very simple, and it has its own predefined patterns. You can like set up all these like different data types, and this is easy. And another thing is feature foundation is called interchange. So what it is basically when you resize a window, for every different sizes, it will show different content. So I have this right here on the right side. There's large, and then it says large. And then if you resize a little more, when it becomes medium, it says medium. And then if it's really small, then it becomes like really small. And I believe it's yeah. Let me do a live demo. This is large, and if you resize it, it becomes medium, and then your size is more, it becomes small. It's like dynamic contents for different sizes of viewport. And the same thing with you can do it with the map too. It's it kind of zooms in on the like particular place. So that's pretty much what it does. Okay, it's called interchange. And I believe that the code is down here. It's very simple. All you have to do is like under the image tag, img data interchange, and then you put the image URL, and then default, and then you put the image URL for the large. And even if you want to like specify specific pixels for the width, that would do it. So that's a very cool thing about Foundation. And yeah, so and a couple other stuff like that's kind of different. And there's this thing called off canvas. I believe Bootstrap has it too, but it's like when you click on it, the site nav bar comes up. There's a way to work around it, but this for Foundation, it's come like prepackaged, very simple to implement it. And there's a site navigation bar, and it's very simple, like to implement all of these. And there's a sticky navigation. Bootstrap has it too, but this one is the design is a little better. I mean, a little different. Maybe it highlights on different sections you're at. And what else? And I'll come to this later when I go through the other demos. So when we try to install it when I try to install it with Rails, there are a few hiccups, but the documentation helps to an extent. But there are a few things you really need to put it into account. Like basically, you put a gem file there. In the gem file, you put the gem foundation Rails, and it's important to put this gem, because there's a earlier gem called Zurb Foundation, and it wouldn't work. I tried to do a lot of stuff with it, and I finally figured out, okay, that's the wrong gem. So and I found the right gem, and bundle install Rails generate foundation install. That's all from the documentation. This is very easy. And for the I think documentation tells you to like manually do these, for the style sheet and for the JavaScript. But when I did it, when I did the install, it pretty much took care of everything, so I didn't have to deal with it. So it put in these automatically when I ran this Rails generate foundation install. And yeah, and it's there are specific Rails version and SaaS Rails versions that Foundation works with. at least this gem works with. It only works with Rails version 4.1.9 and SAS Rails greater than 5.0. So that is something to take notice of. And when you're done, you have to run the bundle updates, because there is some other stuff you have to update along with these, and the bundle install and restart the server, and it's good to go. And for customizations, there is a huge array of customizations available. That is what Foundation is very proud of, and they actually they want to portray as a framework that you can customize to like very nitty gritty without having like prepackaged looks. So uh, but it's very similar to Bootstrap, like how we do like COL SM9 on Foundation. You do like small 9 columns. That's the only difference, pretty much. And all documentation is very helpful. And I did. It's very easy, and let me take a look into this, show you this foundation overrides.scss so that you can have an idea. Yeah, so here under assets, app assets, style sheets, this comes with when you install Foundation, and it has all the variety of stuff you can like change, like all the stuff. One of the things that I try was top bar background color, and it's a top navigation bar, and change to a different color, and I changed right away. And it is kind of recommended that you just change whatever you want to change, and then delete whatever you don't change, and then like push it to the GitHub or like push it to production, because too many codes is it's not good for any reason. And that was that. And these are some code snippets of just to give everyone a feel of what Foundation codes are. They are not so different from what we learned to the Bootstrap. It's it's pretty much the same. This is a top navigation bar, so it's there's a they have a little different names for classes, but it's a title area name, and then top bar, and at the bottom you'll see that there's a demo of what I got.
So Maya, real quick, we still see your Sublime text.
Which one?
The Foundation and overrides.
Oh, let me see. Okay. You got it?
Thumbs up.
Okay. Sorry about that. That was I'm not really used to sharing with Zoom. Okay, this is a code snippet I was talking about. This is a top navigation bar, and it's very similar to Twitter Bootstrap, and and at the bottom you'll see the demo of whatever this code is, and it's very similar, and just a little more customization options they provide. And I'm gonna move on to I created a 2-column page, and it's easy, like just like Twitter Bootstrap. It's not that different. So is you can get familiar with Foundation within an hour or even less, and you'll be proficient with it already, because the concept is the same. It's all 12-column grids. and this is a image hover effect. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about earlier is building blocks. Can you see it? The building blocks.
Now we can.
Yeah. So okay. So now it's like it gives you all the ideas of different things you can do with the foundation. This is one place you should go visit and like have an idea of how to make your site look good or prettier. And like some functions are very cool. So like this one, image hover effect. So like when you hover over it, you get a hover effect, and all you have to do is like this HTML. It's all very Bootstrap like, and I prefer using SESS because it has all the variables and everything declared, and it makes it so much cleaner, the code. And I used it, and it works out very nice on the site. So yeah, and okay, and there's a gradient button, like when you for the button you can make it like a gradient color. It's very simple. There's a you just create a button and then hyperlink it, and then and for the SCSS part, you just do the gradient, declare the gradient variables, and then design the button, and then design the hover function. And I believe that's it.
Cool, good stuff. Does anybody have any questions for Myo?
Have you had issues with turbo links at all?
I did not actually. I saw some people saying that you need to like delete the turbo links, but when I tried, I had issues with a lot of other stuff except turbo links. Like I had to figure out like SAS Rails version and Rails version, and like it just wasn't working. So that's why one of the slides that I have, it's especially this one. Here, like this gotchas, those are just basically the notes that I just jotted down when I was trying to get it running. That's the Rails version and the SAS Rails version. That's where I was having problems.
So we can't see your presentation because you have to like switch it over. But I think I know the slide that you're talking about. So I have a question. How is the integration with Simpleform? Does it work like out of the box, or is it a pain to set up?
It works out of the box. It's not even Simpleform per se. It's just their form, just regular form. I didn't even use any gem for it.
Gotcha. Cool.
It's that's why I was impressed too at the ability to like actually validate it. Like that's pretty cool stuff. It will save a lot of time for a developer.
Cool. Good stuff. Does anybody else have any other questions? Cool, good stuff. Well, thanks so much for the talk, Myo. The foundation seems pretty awesome. It seems in a lot of ways better than Bootstrap. I kind of wonder why Bootstrap seems to be the one that everybody uses, given all the cool things about it that you just showed us. But it's really awesome. So thanks for teaching us all of that, and being able to sort of see the demos and the actual things was really cool too, to see like what is it actually giving you and bringing to the table.